Did you know that?
He was okay.
He was okay. He knew where the clitoris was?
Yeah, back then, I mean, I thought he was okay.
He was hitting the general area with his tongue. Right.
You've since learned that he wasn't any good? Is that
I get more experience. You know?
Right. So at the time
she was 13, though.
At the time you thought he was pretty good, and then as you got older and were with more men, you really thought he was not good at all. Who knew?
Who are you with, Antonio Banderas?
Alright, so, and number one, are you married now, or are you with
No, I'm single.
You are single, okay. Number two, at any time did Artie perform oral on you?
You know, I can't really go like that. He was definitely very concerned with making sure I was pleased.
He did. He went out of his way to make sure that you came. In other words, he'd say to you, did you come, did you come, did you come?
No.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
I introduced her to my friend that was good at
I'm
oral.
kind of easy though, so
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's not hard for me to.
enjoy yourself?
Right, so yeah.
I see. Number three, what about you? Did you enjoy oral from Artie?
I didn't get any.
He did not?
Oh.
Does that upset you when a man does not lick you?
No. Some people are afraid of the Vaj.
And Artie's afraid of the Vaj?
Well, I don't know if he is, but
Well,
but I
maybe.
know others that are.
I see. Well,
Jesse.
What was Artie best at?
Just laying there.
Didn't we do the Artie roast 2 years ago?
number one, you seem bitter about Artie just sort of laying there. Like he could have put a little more energy into it, I guess.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have. Number two, did you feel the same way?
No.
No, you thought Artie delivered the goods.
Yeah.
He did. Do you ever fantasize about Artie still? Do you ever dream about him?
Well, the way he was then, yeah.
All right, well, it's time for us to vote.
What's that?
What does that mean?
What do you mean by that, the way he was then?
He's a little bit much larger now.
Okay, all right. Yes.
I want to ask another lousy question, but I think this might be valid. What did Artie do right after sex? Number one.
He said nice things and he cuddled a lot, and, you know, very affectionate.
Wow, okay, number two?
We ordered room service.
Right, number three?
We ate and then went to bed.
Sleep.
Yeah.
He usually writes a check. No one got a check?
Who am I, Jerry Springer?
Well, it's time to vote. Robin, I'll let you go first.
All right. I can't believe Artie made love in the water in Cancun.
Well, number two said
And
that.
there was a whale sighting, Rob.
I understand that didn't happen. But I'm going with number two.
You believe that story?
Yes.
Do you think Artie made love to a woman in the ocean? Artie barely goes in the water.
I know, that's why, but for whatever reason, the other two have said things that made me believe their stories less.
All right, Fred, who do you think?
I'm with Robin on this one. I think it's number two. She had the correct answer. What did they do right after sex? They ordered room service.
Well, but Benji, do you have a thought on this, or are you?
Also, I liked her answer, and contrary to what everybody else thinks, when I asked how Artie made them laugh, she was very specific.
All right, Benji, go ahead. Do you want to say?
Well, the same as you, when number one walked in, her body language seemed like there was such a connection between her and Artie. But her answers seemed so prepared about the dog and all that.
Yeah.
And number three just don't seem like Artie's type exactly, even though you are hot. And numbers two seems the most real, but I still say number one.
All right, you're going with number one. Benji says number one. Robin and Fred say number two, but the real answer is, and I will tell you my vote.
Okay.
Number one seems like she is looking at Artie in a way, but then I realize she's looking at me. We might be meeting.
Are you sure that, are you sure you never banged her?
No. I might have banged that one. I'm going to go along with Robin and Fred and guess number two, and I'll tell you why. Number two, when she answers, is very considerate of Artie. She doesn't want to reveal too much. She's holding back a little bit. The other two are actually very funny and stuff. I tend to believe number two's story. Although, you know, gee, in the ocean throws me off.
I know,
That was the one thing I was...
The Cancun ocean thing, I really can't believe.
I was ready to
That's
toss that.
That's very Burt Lancaster-ish of Artie to be rolling
And
like
it
that.
wasn't a whale sighting.
Yeah.
But my guess is also that it's like maybe Artie was down there with a couple of buddies, and she kind of like walked into the bar.
But number two, when you... Well, all right, it's time to find out, because if it is number two, I then have way more questions about the ocean lovemaking. All right, will the real girl...
The real Denise.
Will the real girl who slept with Artie step forward now? Well, number two step forward, and then... From back.
There's a movement here.
Somebody step forward, please.
Somebody step forward, please. Number 3.
She gave such vague answers. You lied to us.
You lied.
Had to.
She was being funny.
You know
tell you
what?
something.
When you walked in, I said, well, that's the body type that Artie likes.
Oh, you mean hot? They're all
They're
hot.
all hot.
Well, I
but
gotta
she
tell you.
has that particular body type.
Really? I thought that he was into.
No, he's into you.
First of all,
You're all hot.
First of all, girls, let me find out who you are before we speak to the real Denise. What's your name first, girl?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, you're a very attractive girl. You've never slept with Artie, have you?
No.
She's smiling.
No!
Where
This
did
is
we-
an acting job.
Where did we find you?
Through 812 casting.
I see. We found you through casting. And Denise number 2, what is your real name?
Angela Perry.
Angela, are you an actress as well?
Yeah.
Well,
Very
very
good.
Both of you,
You
very,
got
very
us.
good.
They had to get actresses who specialize in lying about sleeping with ugly fat guys.
Number 3 is the only one who didn't get